for me, coming to the course there, the biggest difference was being able to have the hands-on experience with the patients and connecting it with all the previous courses that I've done. So I've done courses on theory, some practical as well, but then being able to tie that all together while treating patients in a live setting is completely different. So some of the things that are critical is time management, or even thinking about the next steps so that the whole procedure can run smoothly. Also being exposed to different techniques as well. So Maria, Lincoln and Matt have a vast range of different skill sets, and being able to actually see them perform and help out, like, you just can't learn that from textbooks or even some of the other courses there. It's just very hard to connect the two, and I think that's what I've taken away the most. Just being able to combine that, and because it's progressive over several different courses, you can't think about how much you've actually learned until you think, when you're treating your own patients, you're just a lot more comfortable. So now when I see patients, I'm a lot more comfortable. I have a lot of different other options that I definitely know I didn't have before the course. So since doing the course, I've been able to treat some of my patients with more advanced treatments and feel a lot more comfortable with them. Whereas if I didn't, I probably wouldn't have taken on certain cases. So that's been a big difference for me, being able to actually progress upwards. So it's been fantastic. From my understanding, I'm pretty new to implants as well. I've only been doing it for the past 12 months. But I knew beforehand that placing the implant was one part of the treatment, obviously placing the implants. But I also knew from speaking with people in research that there's complications down the line. So you might be able to place an implant immediately, a couple of days, a few weeks, few months, and not have any issues. But the main issue is that what's going to happen a year down the line, or 2 or 5 years down the line, are you still going to have good success with those implants? And being able to understand the theory, but then be pedantic about what makes up long-term successful implants, like the soft tissue and the grafting, that's a whole different area that's probably even more important. So usually placement of the implant doesn't take too long for us, but the actual planning, prosthetic planning, and then also the soft tissue management, even during the procedure, generally takes maybe 2/3 of the appointment, or maybe even more. So, and then also being able to see in the later modules, the success rate of that is extremely important. So, you might have placed an implant or grafted or placed some sutures in the first module, but then in the second or third module, you see the patients, if the sutures start to open up, then it makes you think more. So at the time, you think it might be successful, but then later on, you learn from the complications there. So I've really enjoyed that part of it, being able to graft and do the soft tissues to a much higher level than you'd otherwise do. In regards to the course, it's not cheap, but if you don't do the course, then it can be more expensive. So that's one of the the old sayings where education is expensive, but not being educated can be even more expensive. So that's the way I sort of see it, because I can take on more cases now. I feel a lot more comfortable and have a bit of a support there. Even before completing the course, I've already made my returns back anyway. And then not only that, but with implants, later on, if you have failures or you need to fix it, if you can't treat at least the simple complications and you have to refer the patients out, that's going to be a lot more expensive, retreating things or referring off to specialists there. So being able to learn to do it the first time as best as possible, that's critical. So I paid a lot for this course and a lot for other courses and a lot more for future courses that I'll do, just in order to make sure that I don't have those kind of complications. So I find it definitely worthwhile. and we get good food and everything, so it's great. In regards to this particular course, the hands-on component with a live patient in the chair, I don't think you can get it any other places that I know. And then especially with having someone supervise, but then also assisting as well. So even when I'm assisting, I'm learning a lot from the dentist that's treating. And then just being in that kind of environment and getting more comfortable with it, that's where the real value is coming from, so that environment. So I've done many courses before where it was just 1 or 2 days, not treating patients. It's good, you learn some theory, but before you actually start seeing your patients, and if you want success and good results and not be put off by implants. I think I didn't want to be put off by implants if I had early complications. It's a fantastic facility, and you learn a lot and just get a lot more comfortable. That's the main benefit that I've had there. I think training the assistants is one part, but then also seeing the challenges that the clinicians going through, or the thought processes as they're doing procedures, critical as well. So even when I'm assisting the dentists here, I really have to concentrate to see what they're doing, what kind of challenges that they're having, angulation, positioning, getting equipment ready, irrigation, suctioning. So it's actually quite intense, and that's why it's quite draining with these sessions, because you're just constantly kind of thinking. And if you're not thinking, then you'll get problems like the procedure starts going longer, or it'll be harder for the dentist to sort of do the treatment. So you actually have to concentrate the entire time. No, I just want to thank everyone for a fantastic experience, and it's definitely helped me on my implant journey. And I just really appreciate everyone working together, creating this, and it's been really enjoyable. So thank you.